Good morning, everyone. So we start our reading session. Just a second. Yeah. And we are reading very interesting book, which is um, You Can Heal Your Life, and that is by Louis Hay. And we are reading about like how this belief system they have developed inside us. And yesterday we were talking about that exercise that we have to we can write it down. What are those belief systems? I mean, belief statements rather, and from where or from whom it had come, and just to categorize so that in that mental cleansing process, once we understand what we want to clean, it will be very easy and we can sort it out. Whatever we want to keep, we can keep it. Whatever we want to let go, we can let go. Now, reading forward, it is about seeing yourself as a child. Now, it starts with an example. If we were to take a 3-year-old child and put him in the middle of the room, and you and I were to start yelling at the child, telling him how stupid he was, how he could never do anything right, how he should do this, he shouldn't do that, and look at the mess he made, and maybe hit him few times, we would end up with what? A frightened little child who will sit silently in the corner or who tears up the place. Okay, now the child will go one of these two ways, but we will never know the potential of that child. So just think of this example. But now, if we take the same child and tell him how much we love him, how much we care, and that we love the way he looks, we love how bright and clever he is, and we love the way he does things. And that's okay for him to make mistakes sometimes because he can learn from the mistake, and that we always be there for him no matter what. Now, see this kind of environment if you have to give. Now, then the potential that comes out of that child will blow your mind. So just think these two scenarios. Very important, points to reflect on, because now next is very beautiful that each one of us has 3-year-old child within us, and we often spend most of the time yelling at that kid in ourselves. Then we wonder why our lives don't work. So again, we are coming down to the root of the problem. Why the things are not working, what you are doing with inner child of your own inner child. If you had a friend who was always criticizing you, would you want to be around that person? Perhaps you were treated this way as a child, and that is sad. However, that was a long time ago. And if you are now choosing to treat yourself in the same way, then it is sadder still. So now, here in front of us, we have a list of these negative messages, yesterday's exercise we have heard probably as a child. How does this list correspond with that you believe to be wrong with you? Are they almost the same? Probably the yes. So these were those belief systems are nothing but they are creating certain issues in certain areas of the life. So we base our life script on our early messages. We are all good little children and obediently accept that they tell us as truth. It would be very easy just to blame our parents and be victims for the rest of our lives. But that won't be much fun, and it certainly would not get us out of the stuck position. So now, at least up till now, we have understood that the problem is we have, believed on certain things which are not true. And these becomes our pattern, and accordingly, we repeat it into our life. Now we have understood, maybe we have heard it or someone would have told us from somewhere else it has come. So now very importantly, while we want to release it, yesterday as we were talking about it, we have to release it lovingly, not with the blaming with someone. We cannot be putting that blame on our parents or our surroundings or teachers or whoever around us during that time. Now blame is one of the surest way to stay in the problem. In blaming another, we give away our power. Understanding enables us to rise above the issue and take control of the future. The past cannot be changed. That is the truth. And the future is shaped by our current thinking. Very, very important. You can just note it down that past, whatever has happened, we can't change. But yes, we can create future. It is imperative for our freedom to understand that our parents were doing the best they could with understanding, awareness, and knowledge they had. Whenever we blame someone else, we are not taking responsibility for our own self. Those people who did all those terrible things to us were just as frightened and scared as you are. So it is as per everyone's, thinking patterns or beliefs, they will behave. They felt just the same helplessness as you do. The only thing they could possibly teach you are what they had been taught. Now, how much do you know about your parents' childhood, especially before the age of 10? If it's still possible for you to find out, ask them. If you are able to find out about your parents' childhood, you will more easily understand why they did what they did. Understanding will bring you what? Compassion. That is important. If you do not know and can't find out, try to imagine what it must have like for them. What kind of childhood would create an adult like that? You need this knowledge from your own freedom. You can't free yourself until you free them. You can't forgive yourself until you forgive them. And if you demand perfection from them, you will demand perfection from yourself. Now, see what is exactly is your own relationship with your own self is reflecting in your outer world, and you will be miserable for all your life. Now, choosing our parents. I agree with the theory that we choose our parents. The lessons that we learn seem perfectly matched to the weakness of the parents we have. I believe we are all on endless journey through eternity. We come to this planet to learn particular lessons that are necessary for our spiritual evolution. This is one of the theory that of course we are all souls on a journey, and we have come here to learn particular lessons. So we choose our own, family, our color, our country. Then we look around for the perfect sets of parents who will mirror our patterns, because you have to learn all these things. So our visits to this planet are like going to school. If you want to become beautician, you go to beauty school. If you want to become mechanic, you will go to mechanic school. If you want to become a lawyer, you will go to law school. The parents you picked this time around are the perfect couple who are experts in what you have chosen to learn. And when we grow up, we have a tendency to point out our fingers accusingly at our parents and say, "You did it to me," but I believe we chose them. So always have this theory clear in your mind that it is not just for the parents, it is for everyone, like each and every person around you. Maybe your spouse, your kids, your other, even your working people, that is all chosen by your thought patterns. Now, listening to others, our older brothers and sisters are gods to us when we are little. If we are unhappy, they probably took it out on us, and then maybe sometimes they might have said, "I'll tell maybe I'll tell on you for, or you are just a baby, you can't do this, you're too stupid to play with us." So again, these are the beliefs from where it had come, maybe from the siblings or from the friends, or maybe teachers at the school often influences us greatly. Maybe a fifth grade teacher, so author is telling, a fifth grade teacher told me empathetically I was too tall to be a dancer. I believed her and put away my dancing ambitions until I was too old to make a dancing career. Did you understand that tests and grades were only to see how much knowledge you had at a given point of time? Or were you a child who allowed tests and grades to measure self-worth? So again, see in your childhood how it was. It was just, associated with those tests and grades, or it was just like a part of it. Now, our early friends share their own misinformation about life with us, and other kids at school can tease us, leave lasting hurts. When I was a child, so again, she has given her example that as a kids, sometimes bullying, and they will put some labels, and we carry them whole life. So again, most importantly, what is happening is there are all these statements from all possible, people around us from the childhood we carry. And that becomes because we never test them, whether it is true or false, and we just carry them and we just strongly believe them, and it becomes our identity silently. So we are all here to transcend our early limitations, whatever they were. We are here to recognize our own magnificence and divinity, no matter what they told us. You have your negative beliefs to overcome, and I have my negative beliefs to overcome. So everyone has this, I think, evolution journey, and everyone has certain negative beliefs, and whatever they were, you were carrying in your soul. Accordingly, you will choose people around you, so they will teach you certain lessons. But if we do not learn these lessons, again the similar situations would come. So importantly, I have to now understand and start working on myself. And obviously, important thing to know is you are perfect. You have that inner child inside you where you have to nurture, and you have to nurture with a compassion, kindness, self-love, good connection. So I'll just end reading with 3, 4 lines author has given, like what is the basis of this. So, in the infinity of life, where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. The past has no power over me because I'm willing to learn and willing to change. I see the past as necessary to bring me to where I am today. That was also needed to, have this transformation in me. I'm willing to begin where I am right now, to clean the rooms of my mental house. I know it does not matter where I start. So I now begin with the smallest and easiest rooms. So start slow, small things, clear it out. And in that way, I will see the results quickly. I am thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure. So this is one of the adventure for your soul. For I know I will never go through this particular experience again. And I am willing to set myself free, and all is well in my world. So, this is something, very powerful that we really need to think on. Like, rather than blaming and complaining what happened with me and how it was, why he or she said all particular things, let's take that as a challenge. And, just we have to overcome, and we have to set ourselves free in this journey. So with this, we'll move on to our guided visualization for today, and in next 3 to 4 minutes. And as we are reading how it is important, again, this it will come this transformation with that self-compassion and self-love. So we will focus our visualization on this. Start sitting in comfortable position with your spine straight and eyes closed. As you're taking deep breath, inhale peace, and as you're exhaling, exhale all the mental noise. One more time. taking peace inside, and you are exhaling all the chaos in your mind. You are walking on a beautiful path early morning, where the air is fresh, the sky is soft blue, and you enter beautiful garden, which is your soul space. There are flowers blooming everywhere. Some are fresh, some are still growing. In the center of the garden, there's a small, still lake. You look into it and you see a beautiful soul trying its best, learning, growing, healing. Just notice the softness in your own eyes. Imagine your reflection is smiling lovingly at you and saying, I have always been with you. You are worthy. You are powerful. And feel these words entering in your heart. And you say to yourself, I lovingly care for myself. My inner world is becoming beautiful. I choose thoughts that support me, and I am creating peace within. And with this self-affirmations, I will try to come back to the present moment. Slowly open your toes and fingers of your palms. Keep it on your eyes and face. And slowly open your eyes. And we'll move on to our next segment.
Good morning, everyone. So today we had a very beautiful and a different way of looking at our life. Whatever we are today, on whichever age we stand, whatever we have gathered, knowledge, information, wisdom, personality traits, it's all coming from your past, coming from your childhood. And that's why it plays the most important role in our upbringing in our life today. We cannot ignore and we cannot forget. The past has given us many, many beautiful lessons, along with all those belief systems which we carry. They are also coming from there. Now, these belief systems are of two types. We have understood so far the ones which are empowering, which helps us to grow, which helps us to learn more, which helps us to look forward in life in positive spirit. But the belief systems which hold us back, exactly, Nilofer, the past baggage, which doesn't let us grow, the belief systems which always take us back to the past, the belief system which just it imposes things on us and doesn't let it happen, neither in a mind nor in a reality. Those are limiting beliefs, which we frequently talk about. So वो सारी वो चीजें जो हमें आगे बढ़ने से रोक रही हैं, whether it is in the form of thought or in the action, that is the limiting belief again coming from the childhood. So today, as it is the day to write gratitude, I think there would be no better way to just open up your diaries today and write gratitude, focusing on your past, on your childhood. As far as your memory go, what are the things you are grateful for from your childhood till now? Maybe the list would be very, very long, because if you go back and just walk down your memory lane, you will realize that there were so many things you already had, but you never acknowledged, never appreciated the presence, maybe the presence of a person, maybe the availability of certain things in your life, maybe the values, the things which you already have. They are all coming from there. So today our focus will be completely our childhood, because when the wounds and the scars come to us from that moments, the good memories are also there which we can cherish. So let us look at those good memories and feel good about it. Feel happier about it. Feel elated about it. So I would request all of you to quickly open up your diaries. We have 5 to 6 minutes to just walk down the memory lane and be grateful for whatever things we can think of, how far the memory can go, and connect the dots of all positive episodes happening in your life. Because those things have built the person you are, shaped the person you are today. So we cannot ignore the importance, the presence. It can be people, it can be situations, it can be. Because why I'm asking you to look at it in that manner, because most of the time the cribbing is on. ऐसा हुआ इसलिए ऐसा हो गया, उसकी वजह से ऐसा हो गया, ये हमें अच्छे से याद रहता है, बट जो अच्छा हुआ वो हमें याद रखना बड़ा मुश्किल है. That's not your fault. That is neuro concern, which happens like that only. But let's focus deliberately to go back and cherish our memories again, paying gratitude specifically. So we'll take 5 minutes. I'll again go back and switch on the soft music so that you can do it in calm and peaceful space. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm sure again this list today would be quite long because childhood is like you have to calculate decades and decades together to put it on one piece of paper. So, this is just the beginning of paying gratitude in this direction. You can continue adding to many more things, whatever comes to your mind during the day, or maybe later. And this list would go long and long. Yes, it is long, and I was smiling all along while writing. Exactly. So, how many of you could figure out what was the number before we close? How many things? I was writing quite in detail, so I could figure out seven, and the list was still on. But how many things you could pinpoint so far? If you could share the number, because see, these are the things which were already existing in my life, and I was not aware of it, or I was not paying attention. 18, my God. So I was writing quite in detail. 10, so this is, see, these are the things, and I'm sure the list goes on and on and on. So the point here is there are many reasons in the world to cry and feel bad about, or maybe to complain or blame. But if we start looking at the brighter side of every episode of our life, life will be simple, easy, and positive to manage. On that note, we end today's session. I again remind that we are going high on that confidence challenge. I really appreciate the ones who have already participated, and the enthusiasm should continue. Others should also cool in, because today also we are coming up with something really interesting. You will see there will be a shift in the level of confidence from within. That is what is important. We are looking forward by Friday. So, again, we'll send something interesting today. Just continue following the challenge day by day and see the difference within.